Today we're going to focus on two very important sensory systems, vestibular and proprioception, and how they impact movement, attention, and overall regulation. As a reminder, we have 8 senses: touching, hearing, seeing, smelling, and tasting, along with vestibular, proprioception, and interoception. These last 3 are especially important for body awareness and regulation, which is what we'll focus on today. The vestibular system is located in the inner ear and responds to movement and gravity. It plays a major role in balance, posture, muscle tone, and coordinating both sides of the body. It also helps us keep our vision stable while we move. This system is critical for everyday functioning, helping children work, play, and even rest. It's also closely connected to attention, behavior, arousal, and overall regulation. When a child is over-responsive to vestibular input, movement can feel overwhelming or even scary. These children may avoid playground equipment like swings, slides, or ladders. They also avoid spinning and spinning equipment. They get distressed when they are turned upside down, moving backwards, and sometimes even when their feet leave the floor, unless they're held tightly against you. They might have a fear of heights, even at low levels, or feel distress with movement on elevators and escalators. You may notice balance difficulties or clumsiness, and they often avoid activities that require strong postural control. For children that are over-responsive to vestibular input, we want to make movement feel safe and predictable. So start with activities that avoid fast or unpredictable motion. Movements that are up and down or forward, like jumping, hopscotch, or bouncing a ball, are usually better tolerated than spinning or backward movement. Encourage the child to focus on a fixed point during movement to help them with stability. After movement, incorporate deep pressure activities like wall pushes and hand compressions to help reduce dizziness or discomfort. On the other hand, children who are under-responsive tend to seek out movement. They may spin or swing for long periods without getting dizzy. They often enjoy fast, intense movement like roller coasters or being tossed in the air. You might see them rocking in their seat or constantly moving or rolling around. They also might nod their heads quite a bit. They are drawn to objects that move like bikes and spinning toys. For these children, we want to provide more opportunities for movement in a structured way, so we can use flexible seating like a movement cushion or a ball chair. We can add TheraBands to their chair legs, which gives them a way to move while seated. These children need frequent movement breaks, like chair push-ups or pulling activities. These will be very important for them. A sensory diet that includes regular movement and heavy work can make a big difference. You can also teach awareness of movement speed by practicing fast versus slow activities. And don't forget to include deep pressure or heavy work to support regulation. The proprioceptive sense is our body's ability to sense where we are in space. It is involved in every movement we make. Without it, we would have to consciously think about every step we take. The proprioceptive system allows us to move smoothly and efficiently without constantly watching our bodies. When a child is over-responsive to proprioceptive input, they may avoid movement or resist pressure. I've actually seen this a few times. One that is particularly memorable is a kid that started gagging with hand-over-hand input to hold and throw a tennis ball. It all started to click in my brain at that time, why he was so resistive to holding a pencil, and when he did, his pressure was so light that it barely made a mark. These kids might seem overly cautious and have difficulty with certain movements. They often become overwhelmed by activities that require force or effort. Children who are under-responsive to proprioceptive input, well, I'm confident that everybody can picture at least 10 students that fit this description. These children often seek out more input. They are your clompers, stompers, crashers, and climbers. They might tippy-toe walk as a way to get more input into their lower extremities. You might notice them grinding their teeth or cracking their knuckles. These kids love to chew. Shirts, pencils, anything and everything. This is giving them proprioceptive input to their jaw and mouth. Basically, these kids are your proverbial bull in a china shop. Because proprioceptive input is one of the most organizing types of sensory input, some of our strategies are going to include weight-bearing activities like crawling or pushing through the arms. Resistance activities such as pushing, pulling, or carrying heavy items will be very effective. Cardiovascular activities like running and jumping can also help. Also, we can do some oral activities like chewing or blowing bubbles, which can provide additional input. And don't forget deep pressure, tight hugs, or compression clothing. These can be very calming and regulating. Vestibular and proprioceptive systems play a huge role in how children move, focus, and regulate themselves throughout the day. By understanding whether a child is avoiding or seeking movement, we can better support them with strategies to help them feel more in control and successful. Thanks for watching.